Good evening. This is Uncle Yap, and we're gabbing with Yap. And today's topic is going to be how important it is to vote. I got my co-host Richard Carrington. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here again.
Yeah. And we all know that time has come. November the 3rd.
Yes.
Go out and vote, people. You have to do it because whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, there's a lot of things to be addressed. So we have to get out and vote and make your votes count and be heard out there because I know there's a lot of people is really upset about a certain individual, but I don't want to go there. But we just got to keep everything politically correct. But hey, if it is what it is. From what I think, I call him 4 or 5. He hasn't been doing the job that we thought he was going to do. It's been 4 years of pure hell, and we just need to change. We need to change. We need to shake up, and we need things to get back to where it's supposed to be in America. What do you think?
I totally agree. I believe that for me, it's not really even about the parties. It's about who is going to be most beneficial for me and my family. Who's going to protect us? Who's going to keep the economy going? Mm-hmm. And we talk about 45. 45 has done some strange things, and
yes.
I don't even know how he got elected, but he did, and but I'm hoping that change will be coming. But again, like I said, I hope when I vote for the person that's going to protect me the most. And when we look back over the last 6 or 8 months, we see that someone didn't protect us the way they should have. They ignored, the situation. They minimized this whole COVID thing. Mm-hmm. And it's on record. It's not something that we're making up. It's on record, that he, in this Bob Woodward book that he released, he said that, he knew in February, he said he didn't want to scare us.
Yeah, and that's something else. And the way I look at it, in a pandemic or in a crisis situation like that, you need to let the people know.
Yes.
You being in charge of the free world, which is the United States, you need to let people know what's going on. Because that's all we have is the president, CNN, and news and stuff like that. And if we can't trust these individuals, the people that's in charge, who can we run to? Who can we turn to?
Right.
So like you said, it's all about the different parties. It's not about the Republican or Democrat. It's about that particular person or that particular party that's representing Democrat or Republican can do. What can they do for us? How can they help the families out? How can they help the economy? I'm a big person about mental health.
Absolutely.
I'm a big stickler for that. Hopefully they can get that coordinated into what else needs to be done. And just get this world turned around, man. Because,
absolutely.
We all living with masks and things like that. This pandemic is coming around again for the second time.
Yeah. And
a lot of people are being affected again. A lot of people are getting hospitalized. A lot of people are dying. And we just got to see what's going on and just hope for the best come November 3rd.
Yeah, we have to hope. We got to get out and work and pray for the best, work for the best, because like you said, the second wave is coming, and we see it every day. I see it every night. Mm-hmm. More and more people coming in, fighting, and 45, he got it.
Yep.
And he's out here flaunting and saying, it was the best thing that ever happened to him. He feels better than he did 20 years ago, and it's almost a slap in the face for all the people that died, mm-hmm. And all the families who weren't so fortunate to have the best medical care and the best doctors and medicines to take care of them.
That's right.
And that's kind of like where the change needs to happen, because why is it that he got the very best of everything?
Right.
Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of families,
have to stay in line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have to stand in line and get what they need to get. Yeah. And of course he's feeling good because he has doctors there 24/7 right by his side, taking his temperature, making sure he's okay. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, his son has it.
Okay.
And that's even worse because it's been spreading around the White House.
Yes.
So today it was put out that his son had contacted COVID-19.
Wow.
So
which one? The
oldest, the teenage one you always see on TV.
Okay. Barron, I think his name. Yeah. Okay.
So,
wow.
So, they just saying they just said that I guess he's getting into quarantine and things like that. But that's definitely not a good look.
No, it's not at all.
So that's it got into his family now as well as his wife. He himself had it, and now he's on the trail, on the campaign trail, no mask, and just acting like everything is, hunky dory, and it's not.
I mean, those I saw on TV over the weekend, some of those rallies, and there were thousands and thousands of people, and hardly any of them had masks on.
And it wasn't social distancing or nothing like that.
And it was almost like he was making a mockery of it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out, like, why would he do that? Why, when he knows, when he's seen what happened, when in the beginning he was, ordering all this equipment, when New York was out of control, and then, we were out of control, and he was ordering all this stuff, and he had the team of doctors telling us all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yet, did he know something that we didn't know? Or
I know, and see, and that's another thing. Don't hide things from the American people.
Right.
People looking for answers, and they look up to him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't giving us anything, and therefore, it was a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth about how he handled this pandemic and what he should have been doing and what he shouldn't have been doing, right. And it was this death and everything like that that's been going on in the world. Well, the United States definitely fell on his hands.
Yes, and we just can't express enough about voting, and even thinking back to the 1960s Voting Rights Act, and how, people of color really had to fight, for this right, and that it could mean, life, different life as we know it, So we can't be complacent. We can't just say, well, I don't like either one of them, or, because, I'll be honest with you, man. Like I said, I vote for, like I said, what benefits me the most. Mm-hmm. Now, this might surprise you. If 45 told me he was going to give reparations,
right,
I would vote for him again.
I get you.
I'd vote for him.
Because
somebody said, well, how can you do that? Well, because it's going to benefit my family and my legacy.
Right. And not only that, reparations is needed.
Yes.
Everybody have gotten their 40 acres in a mule, so to speak, but our African Americans has gotten nothing.
Nothing.
And slavery definitely was wrong.
Yes.
And I really don't, as far as I can remember back, I don't remember anybody saying they felt bad about it, they were sorry about it. They keep it moving. But with other races and other classes of individuals, they give them reparations and tell them there was a bad thing, they were sorry about it.
Right.
But it's always, something with the African Americans that we just don't get our fair shake.
Yeah.
And I'm not a prejudiced person at all, but I'm a right and a wrong person.
Absolutely.
And they have to try to come up with something with that. But I get you. That's a good point, Rich.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't look at it like that.
Right.
And that could be controversial, but I get what you. I'm with you on that for the reparations part.
Right.
And it could be a lot of things that he could have said or could have done, but he never even addressed.
Right.
So.
And now he's starting to talk a little stuff like that, but I mean the reality is that, like I said, that's a single view that affects me, affects my family, affects the community.
Yep.
Could help change millions of lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where I look at things. I mean, this man, is despicable.
Take your time. Take your time.
He's despicable. and I never thought he'd be elected, even going back to the things he was saying about what he did to women and all the cases he had.
Yeah.
And, but enough people out here voted for him, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oddly enough. And another thing I don't understand, why is he trying to get rid of Obamacare? I mean, if you're going to get rid of something, give me a plan and say, hey, I'm going to replace this with something that's beneficial to us. I haven't heard anything about what he wants to do.
Right.
Oh, he's saying he want to get rid of it. Now, what is his plan? I haven't heard.
And
nobody I came out of the warehouse saying nothing about we're going to replace Obamacare with something that's better.
Right. Right. We're waiting to hear.
Yeah, waiting to hear. And I just don't get that. And a lot of people, they're going on with him, but they don't understand that the poor is going to suffer for that.
Yeah.
You know,
he wants to undo everything that Obama did. You know?
Right.
And I don't know if they have some personal thing or because it's more than party. Because there was a time when he was a Democrat and he voted and supported Democrats, gave them millions of dollars. So there's a personal thing, I guess, there, and but people have to understand that they can't sit on the sidelines.
That's right.
They have to make their vote count. And you can't say, well, I'm in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is going to go Democrat anyways.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Whatever state you're in, you need to
go out and vote.
Put your vote. You need to be heard,
What I've been seeing down south, places like Georgia, I'd say already like 10 million people already voted. They, voted early.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get it in.
Yeah.
I guess they serious about what's going on.
Right.
But in some other states, such as Virginia, I hear stuff like people have been telling them to go back home. They already voted, or go back. You don't need to be voting. What type of crap is that?
There's a lot of stuff going on, man, and that's why, like my wife said to me the other night, "Are you going to do mail?" I said, "No, I'm walking in.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my vote into the precinct, and I'm going to vote because." I don't know what's going on with the mail. You remember back a couple of months ago, there was a big issue with the Postal Service, and he was letting people go.
Yeah.
And they weren't sure what was going to happen.
Right.
So, that because I'm able to go in, I'm going to go in and make my vote. I know some people may not be able to. They may be overseas or whatever. And, students, like my son is in North Carolina, but he's a Massachusetts person. So, I mean, those things you have to, if that's the case, then, you have to do the mail and whatever. But me, I'm walking in there and I'm going to
hand it to Me too, Rich. I'm already, I got registered through where I'm at now, from, in Lowell.
Yes.
And I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm walking there just as proud. I don't care how long the line is. Yeah. I might even come to work that day.
Right. and the other thing, too, man, is that you have to look at his, they're saying things like, Biden is up by 12 points, all that stuff. They said all that last time about Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
And what happens, a lot of people stayed home and said, well, they don't need my vote. So don't worry about what the polls are saying.
Right.
Take your conscience, go down there and vote for whoever you're going to vote for.
Yes.
But don't listen to those polls because like they said that all the way up until those results came back.
You're right. And I was shocked. I mean, we was at work that night.
But here's the other thing, man, you have to realize, and that is not really said a lot, is that there's a majority of people that really like him.
I know. That's
like
scary.
His ways, like his beliefs.
It's scary.
They want the old day back. They want people in their place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of code stuff, code words and code things that go on that you have to pick up on.
You're right. And trust me, you and I are definitely smart. We pick up on things.
Yes.
Because, it's time for a change.
Yes.
We can't go backwards. Going backwards is never good for nobody, no
That's
generation or nobody.
Absolutely.
You have to go forward.
Yes.
You have to go forward. And for him to say, making America great again through the eyes of the 1960s, no.
Right.
Because back then, things wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah. So that should be telling you something right there, ladies and gentlemen, what he's trying to do.
Yes.
And, everybody had their own belief and their own reasons for, going for which party.
Right.
Like Biden, a lot of people, talking crap about Biden. If something sounds fishy to me about an individual, I'll look it up.
Yes.
And if Biden has said something wrong or said something that I don't believe in, he definitely would change his tune based on his Democratic ticket and what he's doing now, him and Kamala.
Right.
And they're going to get it right. They're going to get it right. A lot of people don't like Biden. That's only because he's a Democrat.
Right.
But I'd rather have somebody like Biden than to have a dictator.
Right.
Like Donald Trump.
It's so true, man.
This is not China.
Right.
Or Russia.
Right.
And we don't need no dictators.
That's right.
We are a democratic, population, and we let the people decide.
Right. And we can't just throw someone out because they made one bad, comment, or they voted one way, because people evolve, people change, and we don't want to be judged by what mistake we made 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Because that's what they're doing now. They're bringing up stuff, Biden said 30 years ago. And if he's man enough to say, you know what, I was wrong when I did that.
Right.
This is where I stand now. then I can't do nothing but respect him. Same with Kamala Harris. They were trying to tear her down, and she made some decisions that I thought were kind of questionable. But if she's going to be the one that's going to benefit me the most, then I have to accept her apologies if she makes them.
That's true.
And move forward. There's no perfect person. There's no perfect candidate.
You're right. Because all of them have skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
But as long as they can do the right thing for the people,
yes,
then it's fine with me.
Yes,
it's fine with me. And but once again, people, get out there and vote. Make your vote heard.
Yes.
You have a say so in this. Don't just think because look, like he said again, looking at the polls that somebody's in the lead, they don't need your vote. Get out there. I don't care if you're sick and shut in. You can get out there, have somebody push you in a wheelchair.
That's right. No, that's right.
But get out there and do something. And I mean young and old, because we need this one. We really do.
We do.
Anything else, my brother?
No, man. I think we kind of covered it.
Yep. But once again, with Gabby and Gab, make sure you vote and have a good night.
Good night.